Hey everybody, it's Mrs. C, and I'm coming to you with quite a bit of information, so strap on your seatbelt and get ready for the ride, because we have pretty much a lot to do. So let's get started. Write an equation of the line that is parallel to the given equation and passes through the given point. Express each equation in slope, intercept, and standard forms. Now, just a little bit of a warning. You do not want to be trying this video unless you have you've been exposed to what parallel and perpendicular lines are. You understand the slopes and how they relate to each other, but you also have to have a pretty firm understanding of standard form and slope-intercept form, and also we'll be using point-slope form today. So we'll be using all the different forms, and really this is just a let's play video, but it's actually doing the math. So this is just, if you want to see how to do these problems, you should be able to try them on your own and then watch the video to see how it actually worked out. So hang in, and if I lose you at any time, just let me know what was the skill that you think I need another video of to try to help you get through it. So moving on, let's get moving. This is going to take a little time. Here is the problem, the first problem I had highlighted. Y is equal to a negative 2/3 x plus 2. I need to be parallel to that line, which is what it was saying in the directions. I also have to pass through 6, negative 5. Now, I just want a basic intuition, guys, as to what we're doing, and then we're going to rip right through it, because I always find it so much easier to do something if you have a clue as to what you're doing. So if I was to ask you to graph the line, that is y equals negative 2/3 x plus 2, what would it look like? Well, it would intersect at 2, right there, and it would have a negative slope going down 2 and over 3. So down 2 and over 1, 2, 3, that would put right there, and we would connect them like that. All right. What we're being asked to do now is to write the equation of the line that would actually be parallel, same slope as this yellow line, but that it would pass through 6, negative 5. Now, 6, negative 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see. 6, and then over 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's in this area. Certainly, I'm not drawn very good scale-wise, but parallel line would look about like that, which would put my B in slope-intercept form somewhere in that area, which clearly badly drawn coordinate plane, not accurate, but that's what I'm just trying to figure out. I need to know what the y-intercept is. I already know the slope is a negative 2/3, so if I was to write it in slope-intercept, I have almost everything I need. Y is equal to a negative 2/3 x plus, woo, question mark. I don't know where it hits. I think it's somewhere here, but yet again, I didn't draw this very well, so I want to know for sure. I want to know exactly where is the B, because that's what I need for my equation. So algebraically, we just have to do the work. Now, we have a form. It's called the point-slope form. It was created so that if you knew the point, if you knew a point on a line and you knew what the slope of the line was, you could actually write the equation. And it goes to something like this. Y minus the point that is the y in the ordered pair equal to the slope times the quantity of x minus your x point, which we call x1. So here's my x1, here's my y1. You just have to plug those in along with the slope and evaluate the equation. So let me just do a little change of color. And here we go. We say y minus, well, what's your y1? Negative 5. So it's a double negative, make it a positive, equals the slope, negative 2/3, times the quantity of x minus, and your x1 is 6. So it's just x minus 6. Easy breezy lemon squeezy, correct? All right, now I'm just going to do a real quick check, because I always like to make sure I plug the right values in. I plugged the negative 5 in to my y1, and I have a plus 5, good. And I plugged the 6 into my x1, and I have the 6 here, and then it's minus, of course. All right, let's evaluate and find out what we get. We have y plus 5 equals, it's a negative 2/3 x. You have to distribute, just a reminder. And then what is a negative times a negative? It's a positive. And then what's 2/3 times 6? Well, you could cancel 3 goes into 3 1 and 3 goes into 6 twice, or you could just go old school, say 2 times 6 is 12, 12 over 3. Either way you do it, you're going to get a 4. Okay. If you're having trouble with that, you need to watch a video on working with the fractions. Okay. Now I have pretty much I have an equation. This is awesome. This is an answer. Y plus 5 is equal to a negative 2/3 x plus 4. It's not in any particular form. We were asked to write in slope-intercept and in standard. So I am going to go ahead and get this baby ready for standard form first because I don't know. Well, actually, it'd be really easy to get this in slope-intercept. Let's do that first. Now, to get it in slope-intercept, I'm going to change my color. Let's go yellow. To get it in slope-intercept, I'm going to minus 5 from both sides, so my y is by itself. See why I wanted to do this first? And I'm done. Y is equal to a negative 2/3 x minus 1. Da, 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 da. So my y equals negative 2/3 x minus 1. Y equals negative 2/3 x minus 1 is the first request, which was to write it parallel in slope intercept, but it also asked me to do standard. So let me make a little bit of room for myself. I don't need all of this. I've already done this. I'm going to leave that there so I can remember what it looked like, and I'm going to write it here. So y is equal to a negative 2/3 x minus 1. Now, let me ask you, what is standard form? You think, yeah? Okay, well, that's some really good ideas. Thank you for all of those. My understanding of standard form, and it changes depending on who you talk to, but this is mine. Your x and your y are on the left. You have an ax plus by equals c. And you're going, whoa, 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 what's up with all the letters? Well, you're supposed to already know standard form before you do this video. Now, your a has to be positive. The rest can be negative, but a has to be positive, and no one's allowed to be a fraction. OMG, we got a problem already because I have a 2/3. Okay, so let's get this baby ready for standard form. Well, number one, I already see I'm not liking the fact that I have a fraction, so I'm going to get rid of the fraction. How do you get rid of a fraction? You multiply by the denominator. So we're going to multiply both sides because that's the only way you can do something like that. In algebra, whatever you do to one side, you must do, excuse me. Sorry about that. I just shut my program off. Whatever you do to one side, you must do equally to the other side. So here we go. 3y is equal to, now these, if you make that into a little fraction, you think about distributing that, the 3's will cancel out. So that's going to leave you with a negative 2x, and I'm going to have a minus 3. Last step, add my 2x to both sides, bringing me to my final standard form of 2x plus 3y equals 3. And there's my standard form. So I just forgot what that said. 2x plus 3y, 2x plus 3y equals 3. I sure hope I copied that right. All right, check one down. All right, now you can see we have some other problems to do. I think for this video, I'm going to just do the next one. Y is equal to 3x minus 7, and then passing through negative 9, 2. So you copy that down. I'm going to copy it as well, and then we will be back together shortly. Hold for me, and you go ahead and copy it down. You can even start it and see how you do on it. All right, I've got it copied, just a little shorthand here. We are working with the equation or the line that is y is equal to 3x minus 7, and parallel to this, you need, sorry, let me rewind and play myself back. Here I go. We have the equation y is equal to 3x minus 7, and we're being asked to write the equation of the line that is parallel to it, but passes through negative 9, 2. Woo! All right, we're going to do what we did before. We did, remember, point, slope form, That's y minus y1 equals m times the quantity of x minus x1, where x1 and y1 are your ordered pairs. So I can swap in my x value of a -9. I prefer to swap in another color. It's easier to not lose. So let's try that again, a -9. And then my y value is 2, and my slope is 3. So rewriting it, y minus 2 equals 3 times the quantity of x plus 9, double signs, watch those. And then we just go ahead and simplify. Y minus 2 equals 3x plus 27. And now, from this form, we get our slope-intercept and our standard. This problem, I believe, is actually easier than the original one. So let's see. On the other one, I had yellow for slope-intercept. So let's use yellow. And I'm just going to add the 2 to both sides. And I'm done. Y is equal to 3x plus 29. So that's my slope-intercept. Y equals 3x plus 29. Did I write that? I have the memory of a flea. I'll tell you that much. I can't remember one number. Is it because I do numbers all day and then comes to actually trying to do them at night and I don't have that left in my brain? I don't know. I don't know. You can let me know if you know. So y equals 3x plus 29. Now, do you remember what I have to do? Right, standard form. And this is almost an easy one, because when I make it to slope intercept, guys, and it's really easy to go from point slope to slope intercept. Then it's just a baby step over to turn slope intercept into standard. You just have to get you have to get the x term over. Now in this case, and in all cases, not all cases, but a lot of the cases, you're going to have to minus the 3x, and that creates a tiny little problem with standard form. Do you know what it is? Right, good. Way to represent out there. Your x term is supposed to be positive, and unfortunately now it's not. It was, but x and y have to be on the same side. Oh, it's so annoying. Anyway, it's not that big of a deal to change, right? You just change everybody's signs. Now, yes, that's the same as multiplying or dividing by a -1, but when it's as easy as just making everybody the opposite sign, I say let's do it that way. 3x minus y equals a -29. Final answer, standard form. Oh, I did green. I like that. 3x. I don't even remember. Minus y equals a -29. Standard form. All right. Wow. Okay. Well, I stayed pretty true. 13 minutes. That's not too bad for me. I have a tendency to go a little bit longer. Now, we did slope intercept. We did our standard forms, and I left you 2 that are not necessarily the easiest. Well, they are the easiest ones on the page, but they're also kind of a special case. They're a little bit different, done a little bit differently, and I'd rather do those in a separate video. I also have another little bit of work for you, if I can fast forward over to the next page. Perpendicular! Woo! And it looks like, yes, same equations. Just asking you to do the line perpendicular to them and not parallel. So for those of you that are already aware perpendicular is opposite reciprocal slope, and then you do the same thing, you can actually practice these problems. Sorry, I don't have answers for you. So you can practice them, but unfortunately, until you watch the video, you won't know if you're right or wrong. So, sometimes that's a good thing to do, but I don't think I would always recommend it. There you go, guys. Something to just think about, something to work on now. Get some more practice writing equations parallel, given specific information. In this case, it was given the slope and the point that was on the line. And you know what? I'm going to see you all on the flip side later.